attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
So breaking down our site setup was very easy. What we ended up doing was just default strat with Peekles over by Laundry. And overall, I think that the strat worked specifically against these easily low gold, high silvers. They weren't fantastic, but they were definitely a lot of fun to play against. A lot of their mistakes could definitely be seen like by the there are a whole bunch of situations as well where they simply would rush things without really thinking. And this is where I kind of took advantage of a lot of things. Like, I knew I had diffuser in my hand. And I knew that at least most of my, well, everyone on my team was alive at this point. Which, one of them did end up rage quitting, which doesn't happen a whole lot, especially during ranked. I knew there was someone over here, I just didn't know how to get to them. Especially because I couldn't get a peek over by, well, this little claymore in my way. I was asking for someone to throw a impact, but no one was over there. Well, no one over there had an impact to lend. And since we had 50 seconds left in the round, I did end up putting most of my efforts toward sticking back and trying to take care of the diffuser, making sure that no one can secure it. Because at this point, we're just playing for time. We're not baiting for kills. Especially since we had all the pull in our direction. This game is 95% building off what you and your friends can do. And this has been a prime example of it the entire round. You can see, I ended up and unfortunately the last guy really didn't react at all. But that was the end of round one. It was easily one of the most interesting rounds so far. And I believe round two we had actually gotten our butts handed to us, quite simply because we had overlooked it entirely. Right away we already had odds in our favor due to the one teammate on the other team leaving.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And for all of these, I will be going toward my point of view. So as my strat, I really wanted to get two basic cams set up. One of them to watch hookah, specifically hookah window and hookah doorway. Because we knew that'd be where our enemies would be pushing right away. And the second one was really closer toward going the blue over there. This little blue entrance over here, I just wanted to make it all along here so I could watch it. Especially with my Maestro cam. Which later on in the round it turned out not to be very effective at all. It was basic enough that if I really absolutely needed to, it either supply my allies with a whole bunch of intel, or it would have really... It gave me the upper hand later on in the round, I'm positive. Right now, going to basic check. Seeing that nothing was breached over here. Pretty basic. looking at that pellet, it completely should have got me. Like a Maverick on it. And me just pre-firing everything for no other reason than I could. Getting tags. And then me going up, I decided that my best flank would possibly be through the, Cool Vibes. Just because I knew for sure that I could push it without being, well, too under attack. And then realizing that I didn't have anything left. So at last moment, I really just tried to tag the very last. I'm regretting not just spraying through it with my my LMG for sure, because that would have given us a victory. The lesson to this would be that pre-firing everything almost always works. Why are you not working? Under on 3 defense. So at this point it is 1-1. And we figured our best chance for this one would be to
Attackers need to locate
really
and
play
defuse bombs.
loose and fast. So we had a whole bunch of roamers, I know that for sure. This round was more about playing the basics for sure.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Attackers have located a bomb.
We just covered that basic wall. I know these guys are pretty low level stats, but they do tend to work, especially with punching the enemy in.
5 seconds to go.
We just needed some better peaks. You'll see that later on.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Me going for a sneaky little peek to see if anyone would push front door. Me getting lucky with the first was killing her on the ledge. Awesome. But I think we could have really good upper hand. Me thinking there's a Glaz. Another one leading the game, which, yet again, is pretty unheard of. At this point, not really knowing where to push because I didn't properly predict the enemy. And me going prone was definitely not the best play either. Lord really trying to go for the got pre-fired. Pre-fired again. Is to pre-fire. Before is where it gets really interesting. because this is our first round of defense and we had to make a huge comeback. They were already 2 down, and it's already defender heavy.
Attackers need to locate
And that was
defuse
easily
bombs.
our most difficult point because right now we were trying to use this new Sen strat, where if they're running hookah, your only goal is to go in and ghost defuse. But unfortunately this first round they didn't end up playing well. They didn't end up actually playing in hookah. They ended up playing in bedroom, which provided its
Attackers have
own
located a
new...
bomb.
We came up with a strat on the fly. That's what I'm trying to say here. That instead of trying to plan, we were gonna bait the
10
kills.
seconds to insertion.
It was so simple, yet it was easily the most complex play I've
5
ever done
seconds
in
left
this.
before insertion.
I'd predict exactly where my ROUs were going. I'd predict
Attackers'
exactly
objective
where
is to defuse a bomb.
Container Pain would have been at this time too. Our biggest point that we were trying to do our biggest goal that we were trying to do at this point was that we were attempting to get in position before they were done with their preparing. We knew that within the first 30 seconds of the round they'd still be going. So here's first one. I'm seeing a proximity mine in that room, that's why I'm rushing it. I'm also trying to bait out and take down some health people. Use an ROU to save Glaz. Using one more to help push. I legitimately just needed one to guide me in. And I did end up getting shot at, which I believe that does later on kill me. Oh no, I was trying to plant. I didn't see him move. So I'm definitely not going to phone. My 3 friends, one of them being an absolute... He is playing like a new player. Out of nowhere, he's playing behind the dock. And sometimes, the stupid strats, they work. Especially against people who are trying to try hard.
Defenders, protect your bombs by attackers. Located by attackers. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb. Attackers are
We're
defusing.
back to the end. We'll go to round 5. Round 5 is that strat I was talking about. Which, me and all 5 of my friends, we were planning all of it. We didn't know exactly what we were gonna do, but we had a rough plan. It was that I was gonna go on hookah balcony. Glaz and Osa were gonna pop a window and pop smokes. And it was just gonna be spray and pray. That it wasn't well thought by any means, but it worked. And the only reason it did
Attackers need to
was because
locate and defuse
they
as
weren't
many bombs
expecting
as
it.
they can.
No one plays new ops, especially when they're not banned, or what I've heard a lot of complaints about is that Sens is very underpowered. And I really don't believe that.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
It has all the benefits of running Ash while actually having a 50 round mag. And well, I mean, the gun is
10
about
seconds to go.
is like running Ash with the recoil control.
5 seconds left.
Not to mention you do get Gone 6 and
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
3 of your ROUs. And I was trying to get all my teammates to kind of... 2 of them were supposed to plan a distraction. That would have been Dom and Kaneki. That's the simple reason he was running Zofia right there, because she has a 150 run mag. And at this point, I have no idea where the enemy are positioned, and easily saw Doc. Doc scared me, because he was holding exactly where I planned on planning. Finally, with Glaz moving into position, I throw my first ROU. I was telling them to pop some smokes on me before enemy comes, blah blah blah.
Attackers are activating the
I
bomb.
was trying to throw down a quick claymore. There I go dying because of the Ela. Glad's getting refrag. And the rest kind of doing their thing. Especially with the 30-minute timer. They had a whole lot of stress on them. Made a horrible run out. And 6 should not have worked. And it's because we did the exact same thing. There's no way on this planet this should have worked twice. And see, they did run ops trying to
Attackers need to locate
defend
and
against
defuse
it.
as many bombs as they can.
But they should have run a Frost. They should run a Glass. Or not a Glass, a Hatkin. They should have been running operators that really would have countered that rush. That ghost defuse, everything.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And see, the Maestro pick was perfect. The Ela pick was perfect. And so was the Jaeger. But the Rook and the Cav. Cav is an amazing
10
op,
seconds
especially
left
when you're trying to
before
roam, but she was holding sight most of the game.
5 seconds to go.
Well, I believe she was anyways. Otherwise, she was defending exactly where
Attackers
we
are
were
moving
coming,
to defuse a bomb.
which worked in our favor, but it definitely didn't play into what they were trying to do. It was working really hard against it. And with them defending, I do see a lot of, how do I describe it? It's a lack of, it's a lack of checking cams. It wasn't until I realized it was Maestro, which, wow, that looks really sus. Alright, look at it. But yeah, me getting down that diffuse immediately,
Attackers are activating
because I
the
know
diffuser.
the sooner that I get it down, the sooner that I can actually make up for the fact that I defuse so quickly. Still not realizing my is there. Just as soon as I see it pop up. Miss the yellow in the corner of my eye. And luckily Ace was able to clean up. But what I've noticed from this round is that some people who are too confident in what they do, they end up playing against themselves in the end. This is what I've learned so far, and I am currently silver, or I was silver 3 last round, or last season.